production of Big Bad. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Wendy Wickern, or the kids call me Miss Wick. I teach 6th grade social studies here at Blackhawk, and the other hat I wear is that of now drama director. So this is my first play by myself. I've only been in the assistant's capacity prior to this. So I'm very proud to be up here today with my first show. This amazing young lady to my left is Samantha, or Sammy Vance. She was this year's student director, and she'd like to share a little bit with you about the drama program.
Hi, I'm Sammy, and like Ms. Wick said, I'm the student director of this year's play. I've been honored to be so. But last year I participated in the play Virtually Ever After, even though it was a little bit different because of COVID. But I also got to participate in the student leadership program of the drama club this year, also known as the BDK. That was a really good opportunity for me, and I know as well as a bunch of the other kids as well. I'm just so happy that I'm able to be here and I've been able to help direct this play. It's been a great experience for me, and I know everyone else as well. So I'm really thankful for that.
So our drama program this year, between 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, had 80 different students attend either drama club or are in this particular show. And as Sammy said, this year I tried something new and had a small select group of students that were student leaders, and they ran the club activities each week in the fall. If you look in your playbill, you'll see that we are a year-round program of sorts. Unlike athletics that meet for a season, we have met the entire year either with the club or the play. We go out into our community. We will be watching our 5th play here May 6th. Randall, our wolf, is starring in Midsummer Night's Dream through youth theater, and our group will go to cheer him on. So we're involved in our community as well. This group, when you read the playbill, they keep saying that they are a family. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. So, parents of drama students, I need you to raise your hands, please, and repeat after me, I promise. I will invite Miss Wick to high school graduations, future endeavors, college, military, weddings. We're not done. I still need your hands. Weddings, potential, way down the road, future baby showers and such. Okay? I want you to make me that promise today. This cast has been a delight, and I know people say that, but I think being my first cast by myself and doing the program all year long with them, we have bonded like a group I've never bonded with quite in the same way. So they are very dear to my heart. Sammy, as her role of student director, is not going to brag about herself, so I'm going to. What does student director do? Well, she helps direct. She made suggestions and critiques at rehearsals. She found out the pleasure of tickets and all that entails. She helped me with ordering costumes. She selected costumes. She found them on Amazon. We ordered over 100 different pieces, if you include props, for this production. She's worked with me in the costume room for hours. We are on each other's speed dial. We are in communication all the time. So Sammy, this performance could not have happened without her. Could we give her a big... I'd like to give a special shout out to our principal, Mr. Harrell. Drama program, I don't want to say is an inconvenience because he doesn't feel that, but it is demanding of his time and his energy in ways that as parents you probably are not aware. Even just keeping track of all ticket sales during 3 lunch mods for 7 days is a lot of things, and so I could not do this program without the support and love of Mr. Harrell. So will you stand up, please, sir, wherever you are. Also like to thank, obviously, all other staff members. Mr. Harkenreiter wears 2 hats, both a parent and a staff member, Mr. Godfrey, and all the parents that helped with our stage crew and painting and costuming and snack providing, all those things. So I'd like to thank all of them. I'm going to give you a little bit of instruction now. If you have a cell phone, would you please double check that it is sound is off, please, right now. Thank you for that. Please, no flash photography. These lights are blinding enough, trust me. After the show is over, the house lights will come up, and we encourage you to take as many photos with your loved ones as you'd like. In front of the Enchanted Forest sign makes a good backdrop, as does the Once Upon a Time, as does our set here. At the end, we would like the audience to stay seated. There are a few 8th grade cast members and some other cast members that we'd like to give a special shout out to, so if you could just be patient at the end when the house lights come back up, we would like you to stay seated. Lastly, you are in the middle of the Enchanted Forest. Suddenly, magically, this courtroom has appeared. And with that, Sammy, have your light, and the show will begin.
And I'm Sydney Grimm. We're here for EFN, Enchanted Forest News, reporting live from what is sure to be the trial of the century. In a matter of moments, we are about to see quite possibly the most impressive clash of legal minds this court or this country has seen once upon a time. After years of delay, we are finally about to witness the trial of the Big Bad Wolf. As many already know, Mr. Wolf, the defendant, escaped a jail sentence when his criminal trial for 3 counts of huffing and puffing with intent to destroy, another 3 counts of attempted murder by ingestion, 1 count of grandmother impersonation, 4 counts of sheep abduction, and 17 counts of lurking ended in a mistrial. The result of a giant falling on the jury room while they were determining the verdict. Now, a number of parties have issued a class action lawsuit against Mr. Wolf in an attempt to obtain some monetary compensation for what they feel has been an infringement on their rights by the now infamous defendant. It seems the counsel for the plaintiffs, the unequal Miss Farrah Godmother, has entered the courtroom. Hello, Miss Farrah Godmother. Any words for EFN?
Mr. Wolf is a depraved, cold, calculating killer, and only his celebrity status in the forest has saved him from the hands of criminal justice. His behavior is reprehensible and has completely infringed upon my client's rights to live happily ever after. As you know, I fight to ensure that the good people of this forest get the ending they deserve.
The Little Miss Reds also entered the courtroom along with their grandmother, Mrs. Grandmother.
Hurry up! That wolf is gonna get it. We're gonna string him up by his toe and shake him till all his money goes right here. And then me and Granny are gonna get ourselves
A nice new condo.
with a pool and a...
Oh, now dear, have a seat. That isn't appropriate behavior for television, and we don't want to waste anyone's time. We can have this trial going on forever, you know. Miss Fairy Godmother's corpse alternates mice after midnight tonight.
Yeah, you stayed.
Well, I never. Now she did it, ungrateful little.
Well, there you have it, folks. Here come the other parties filing against Mr. Wolf.
Who the television? I have a microphone signal voice out loud, Kitty.
Oh yes, the press. Excellent. I, Pixie, am the plaintiff in this case, and I'd be happy to provide an interview if need be.
Thanks, but
Yes, of course.
I didn't say that.
Oh, go sit down.
Hey baby, how you doing? Say, you're the grooms, aren't you? Remember me? You covered for the Mr. World Lumberjack pageant last year, didn't you? Well, remember me? I went best in flannel and most ruggedly handsome. Yeah, you're Woodcutter. That's my baby. Sure, it's good to see you again.
Yes, Mr. Woodcutter. Nice to see you too. Ready for this year's pageant, are you?
Sure am.
Hello,
Oh, Cindy Grimm, EFN. I believe you three are...
I am an old shepherd. This here's my wife and my boy. The boy don't know his manners too well. That's why we're in a bit of a mess, you see? We don't want no trouble. Just some money for some sheep that I lost.
You lost a sheep? You lost a sheep? How many did you lose? You never tell me anything.
Well, there's more fish in the river.
I've seen you fish.
Right then. So, you must be the boy who cried, "Wolf."
Yeah, what is it to you? Look, I was just trying to have a little fun, okay? You know, like frying ants with a magnifying glass or blowing up squirrels with homemade explosives?
Well, here he is, the infamous Big Bad Wolf himself.
Short, but terrified.
This is a very tense moment in the courtroom. Just take a moment to feel the tension.
I can hear you over there, you know.
My deepest apologies, Mr. Wolf, for the press covering the trial today.
Yeah, I figured.
So, Mr. Wolf, who's your attorney today, and where is he?
She! And I don't know. Her name is Evil Stepmother. You heard of her? Apparently she's some big fancy, high-priced lawyer who's gotten pulled into pro bono work she doesn't want to do. I mean, I don't blame her. Unless there's a giant, I don't stand a chance today, I'm sure.
I mean, hey, you never know. Is there anything you want to tell the viewers out there?
I've got nothing to say to the world, and the world's got nothing to say to me!
Okay, well,
Right, here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. All rise for the honorable judge, wise old man.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, they say justice is blind. Well, if justice is blind and bats are blind, then justice must be a bat, eh? You may be seated.
Sit down.
Judge Wise Old Man is presiding over this case today. Judge Man is known for his, wisdom. He's also known to frequently apply his talent as a philosopher to any case.
He's also known for his taste for magical beans.
In this court today, we are here to try an individual accused of many horrible acts. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I will ask you all to keep in mind this important and difficult concept throughout the many grueling hours of this trial. This concept is that guilty is the opposite of not guilty, and not guilty is the opposite of guilty. That's it? Very well. Shall we begin?
Your Honor, sir, I have no counsel.
What? Ah, yes, of course, counsel. Well, where's your counsel? Why is it not here? Did you lose it? Did you check your pockets? Under the seat cushions? Ooh, behind the refrigerator?
No, sir, I haven't, but...
What? You don't have a refrigerator?
That's not what I...
But how do you keep your milk fresh?
His lawyer.
Ah, lawyer. Yes, who's that? Ah, she is a lot of fun. Miss Evil Stepmother.
I apologize, Your Honor, everyone, for my lateness. Just stand then. Again, I apologize to everyone.
May I inquire as to why you were late, Counselor?
You know what? I would come up with an excuse, but really, forget it. I don't do pro bono work, so I'm not all that excited about this case, to be honest with you. Plus, I think it's pretty much doomed to failure, so I didn't really prepare a whole lot, and I was kind of pulling some things together at the last minute. Oh, and I was up late last night yelling at my stepdaughter to clean the cinders up at the fireplace. So I thought I'd sleep in a little and treat myself to a nice long breakfast with my colleague and witness back there. So, are we going to get this thing going? I have a facial scheduled at 5.
Yes, of course. Right away.
Objection! The trial hasn't even started yet.
Your Honor, I object to counsel for the defense's attitude. Clearly she's making a mockery out of this courtroom, and you're allowing it.
Oh, I am? Oh, well, that's not good. Miss Stepmother, a widow isn't for you. Being late is wrong. Wrong is the opposite of right. Right is the opposite of left. Therefore, if you're late, I'll have to ask you to leave. Now then, court is in session. Opening remarks. Miss Godmother.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to correct a grave injustice. By chance, Mr. Wolf will be spared the punishment he rightfully deserves. He's a depraved criminal. He's lurked in these forests for years, preying on innocent little girls.
Yeah.
Oh, you shush it, girls! Behave yourself!
Innocent little girls, innocent little pigs, innocent old women, innocent little boys, and innocent little sheep. My clients have been frightened, threatened, tricked, eaten, and robbed, and I'm sure I'm leaving something out. Because of a mere accident, this twisted fiend will not receive the punishment he deserves. So we must take everything from him as we can. That beast over there must be left with nothing because he has left my clients hurt, frightened, and homeless. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Godmother. Miss Godmother?
Oh, no, I waive it.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. No statement. Thanks, though.
Very well, moving on.
You're not even going to do anything for me? You're not even going to try?
Look, Wolfie, nobody's going to save you, and even if somebody were going to, it sure wouldn't be me.
I'm doomed! I'm going to be robbed blind.
Oh, come on, you did all of it, didn't you?
Yes, but why won't anybody understand?
Miss Godmother, call your first witness.
Understand what?
I would like to call to the stand the Little Reds.
What it's like to have everyone hate you.
Get over there, little brats.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah, sure.
You may be seated.
No. Those aren't designer.
Reds, dears, how are you two?
We'd be a whole lot better if we had that monstrous cash.
Yes, of course. Now, Reds, dears, why don't you tell the nice people on the court what happened between you and Mr. Wolf on the day in question?
Yeah, sure thing. Well, you see, we were walking through the woods, minding our own business, trying to get to our granny's house to make us some bread because she's old and sick and stuff.
And then this horrible, scary wolf comes out, pretends to be all nice and stuff.
But we know he's creepy and we're like, that's awful.
He's like, no, I'm all nice and stuff. Then he took a shortcut whenever we get to Granny's house.
And we're like, well, actually, shortcuts are good. We hate walking. It's for losers. Guess this wolf would just make up some shortcut or whatever.
So we start walking. Turns out the wolf did make it up.
He gave us like a long cut or something so that he could get to our granny's house and eat her.
My word! He ate their grandmother! I'm so sorry for you children. What happened next?
Well, then he dressed up as our granny.
And got in her bed.
That's appalling. What sort of perverse reason could he have been doing this for?
He wanted to trick us into thinking he was our granny.
And then, when we got close enough to the bed,
He ate us!
Ate you too? Consumption of a live human being is a felony, ladies and gentlemen, an obvious deprivation of one's basic rights.
oh, it was terrible.
So Mr. Woodcutter got us out. It was so dark
And clammy.
and acidic in there.
Oh, it sounds horrible, dears.
It was. We can't taste it.
There, you two. Why don't you just go sit back down?
Okay.
Objection. I haven't cross-examined the witnesses yet.
Oh, but they're both so sad.
Yes, absolutely too sad to be questioned. I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute here. You can't do that. I have a right to cross-examine the witnesses.
We're too sad, see?
Yes, according to Clause A, Section 12345 of Legal Code 22F, extreme sadness may exclude witness from further testimony.
Oh, yes. Well, if that's the case, then
You just made that up.
the witnesses are excused.
What?
The witnesses are excused. Please sit down, Miss Godmother.
Oh, I can't believe this.
Huh?
Would you like to call your next witness, Miss Godmother?
Yes, I would like to call to the stand Miss Grandmother Hood.
Do you swear to tell the truth?
Hold on, Judgy.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
You betcha.
Thanks, Granny.
Oh, I prefer Mrs. Hood, please.
Yes, of course. Now, Mrs. Hood, tell me something. Do these things belong to you?
Why, yes. Those are my things.
And tell me, what were you wearing the day you encountered the defendant?
Those items.
Anything else?
Oh, just my undies. but that's none of your business.
And it isn't true that when your granddaughters encountered the defendant, he was wearing these exact same things?
Well, not all the exact same items. I had a spare bonnet and a nightgown, but only one pair of glasses.
And at this point, he had eaten you, is that correct?
Oh, it most certainly is.
So not only did the big bad wolf eat you, but he made a dear old lady desperately remove her glasses before he did so?
Yes, it was terrible.
Yes, terrible, ladies and gentlemen. We've heard that word before, haven't we? Mrs. Hood's granddaughters describe the events in the same way, and quite frankly, I think they're being kind as it is in their nature to be. So not only did the big bad wolf eat a dear old lady and her granddaughters, but insisted that the dear old lady remove her needed eyeglasses. That kind of physiological strain would have been unthinkable. No further questions, Your Honor. Your witness?
You may examine the witness, Miss Dumbledore.
Oh, I can examine this one? Thanks so much. Mrs. Hood, let me ask you this.
Yes?
How did the defendant get you to remove your glasses? Did he just ask you? None of that is in the statement you gave to the authorities. Your statement just jumps from the wolf came in to he ate me to then I was joined by my granddaughters in the wolf's stomach. That's all we get. Now, what happened?
Well, I didn't exactly.
I see you're not wearing your glasses today. Do you own contact lenses, Mrs. Hood?
Yes, I do.
And isn't it true you were, in fact, wearing your contact lenses at the time Mr. Wolf entered your cottage?
Well, yes, it's true.
So you were able to see just fine then, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
That is very interesting, Mrs. Hood. I think I'm just about done, but, you know, I have one more question.
Yes?
What sort of carpet do you have on your floor, Mrs. Hood?
In what room?
In your bedroom, of course.
Wolfskin?
Wolfskin. Well, that is fascinating. Who made that carpet, Mrs. Hood?
Oh, just my late husband and myself.
I see. No further questions, Your Honor.
Wow! Where did that come from?
Hey, Wolfie, I said I didn't work too hard in this case. I'm still the best there is. Besides, maybe I like you a little bit all of a sudden.
Well, that was a stunning turn of events. This case may prove more of a battle for Miss Fay Godmother than she had planned.
Oh, shut up!
The witness is excused. Would you like to call another witness, Miss Godmother?
Yes, I would like to call Mr. Bill Woodcutter.
Hey, sir. How you doing? And how are you doing?
Do you swear the
Nice to
truth?
see you. What y'all doing, lady?
Mr. Woodcutter, quit flirting. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
I do indeedy.
Now, Mr. Woodcutter, what do you do for a living?
I'm a woodcutter. I cut wood. I also compete in lumberjack badges. I just want best in flannel and most ruggedly handsome.
Yes, so as a part of your job, you carry an axe, is that correct?
Yes, I certainly do.
And are you not licensed to use that axe in cases of emergency?
I am.
In fact, is it not a part of woodcutter's code that you must always respond to people? Respond to people in need.
Yes, it is part of that code, and I uphold that part of the code.
So in other words, when you encounter an emergency in the forest, you are obligated to respond quickly and courageously.
Yes, I am.
And so you did, sir. You were a true hero, sir.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Your witness, Miss Snubmother.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Woodcutter, let's talk about this woodcutter's code, shall we?
Okay.
How do you know when there's an emergency in the woods that you need to respond to?
Well, it depends. But usually, when I see something that looks wrong, I respond to it.
I see. You see it then, do you? Well now, Mr. Woodcutter, would you care to tell me what prompted you to go into Mrs. Hood's cottage that day? There seems to be nothing in the police report about why you went into the house. Did you hear a scream?
Well, no, not exactly.
Did you see the defendant enter the house and become suspicious?
No. Okay, I was snooping around the house.
Snooping? Whatever for?
I was looking for a pot of sail off the windowsill.
I see. And why ever would you do that? I thought you were a hero.
Cutting wood don't pay so good. I fly to the pageants. But you only get the big one if you win first prize. I haven't done that yet. I was hungry.
And while you were looking for a pie to steal, you saw what exactly?
I saw Dr. Wolf in the old lady's bed, in her clothes, licking his chops.
Well, all right then. Tell me though, how did you know, I mean absolutely know for sure, that Mr. Wolf had eaten your friends and that you were justified in cutting him open? Because that is what you did, isn't it? You cut my client open with an axe, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
How did you know, Mr. Woodcutter? Couldn't Mr. Wolf have been a friend of Mrs. Hood's that you didn't know? One who occasionally likes to wear her nightgown? How did you know that he had eaten them and that the three women were simply in the other room?
Well, he's the wolf.
Oh, so you've just got to cut him open then, huh? Because he's a wolf?
Yeah.
No other reason?
No?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Another stirring cross-examination from stepmother. This is interesting.
Did he just get her number?
Shut up! Girl! You really have to...
Let's just go to commercial.
No, we don't have time for that.
Would you like to call another witness, Miss Godmother?
Yes, I would like to call the three little pigs.
Very well.
Objection! You can't call three witnesses at once.
Your Honor, it is essential to my case that the witnesses be called at one time.
It is.
Well, no, but they insist on testifying together.
Why is that?
Your Honor, may I approach the bed?
Well, this is orthodox, but I suppose so. Counselors, why don't you join us? What is it?
My siblings aren't really competent to testify without me.
Why is that?
They're, well, immature?
No, you can say it. They're stupid. They're just too stupid.
Oh, I see. Well, I see no problem. Miss Stubbleder?
I think I'm fine.
Very well. Three little pigs, please take the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
Who? What? Yes.
Good enough. Now, will you each please give the court your names?
Huh? Tell the next lady your name.
Oh, my name's One.
One. Don't you mean...
Don't worry about it.
My name's 12. My name's 3.
Well, all right. One. Can you tell me what happened to you in your house?
Yeah, I built a house, then it fell over. Now I live in another house.
How did your house fall down?
A fox blew down.
A fox? Are you sure it wasn't a wolf?
Order!
Calm down. Was that the creature that blew your house down?
Yeah, that was the fox.
All right. Anyway, Joel. How did your house fall?
Oh, no, it didn't fall down. I live with One and 3 in a nice house, and we have a fireplace and a kitchen. And
No, your first house. Did he blow down your first house?
Oh, my first house. Yeah, it was that guy.
That wolf right there.
Wolf? Oh no, where?
No, it's okay. You're safe. Goodness gracious. Anyways, 3, would you care to tell your court this story that you have?
Gladly, my dear lady. You see, my siblings and I had always lived together until the last year when we decided to leave our parents and childhood home, but our own homes, not too far from each other, but far enough to grant ourselves a reasonable amount of independence.
I see.
Well, then one day, that glass-blooded, maniacal wolf came around, blew down, and hit on both my siblings' homes. They came to my home out of fear that he might attempt to eat them. We were also fine for such a time as he lurked outside my home. We barely ate, we barely slept, and our personal hygiene went to the dogs. Look at all this time my training since then. I haven't shaved in weeks.
Oh, you poor dear.
Yes, it was horrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, these poor pigs were so frightened they couldn't even shave.
And he told us he would huff and puff and blow my house down unless we let him in. And he called us little pigs.
Does it everyone?
Well, yes, but he said it in a really mean, nasty sort of way that made me think he was trying to demean us. It hurt my feelings immensely.
Your Honor, I have no more question. I'm too outraged with the defendant's behavior.
Very well, Miss Godmother, have a seat. Miss Stubbleder, your witnesses.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oday, tell me something.
I would try to pickle my own feet.
What?
I told you something.
No, I want you to tell me what your first house was made of.
My first house? My first house?
Remember the one you told us about before?
Oh yeah, straw.
I see. And you, Two?
And me? Oh, I'm not kosher?
What? Oh, no. I don't just want you to tell me something. I want you to tell me what your first house was made of.
That has nothing to do with me not being kosher.
No, it doesn't.
That's okay.
Yes. What was your house made of?
Oh, sticks.
Sticks, I see. And 3, what is the house in which you all 3 now reside, the house you constructed? What is it made of?
Bricks.
And it hasn't blown over by means of wolf or anything else?
No.
And it's up to all of the building codes, I assume?
Of course.
Now 3, what about your siblings' farm homes? Are straw and stick building materials approved by the zoning board?
No, they're not.
I didn't think so. Do you think your siblings' homes would have lasted long in, say, a hurricane, or a tornado, or, well, in a light breeze?
No, I don't.
But they're very safe and cozy now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I see. Now, just one more thing.
Yes?
Did my client ever say he was going to eat any of you?
Nope. Nope.
No. So how do you know that's what he wanted to do? How do you know he wasn't just trying to make sure your homes were safe and secure?
Well, because,
No further questions, Your Honor.
The 3 little pigs up. I'm your witnesses are excused.
come on.
I have one more witness, Your Honor.
Call them.
I would like to call to the stand Mr. and Mrs. Shepherd.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Shouldn't I be sitting there? I'm a lady after all.
Now, Mr. and Mrs. Shepherd, what is that you do?
I'm a shepherd. I herd sheep.
We herd sheep.
Yes, of course. Now, who is that boy over there?
That's my boy. He watches the sheep sometimes.
When he's not sleeping.
I see. And what did he tell you one day?
Well, there were actually 3 days.
Why don't you tell us just what happened on the 3rd day?
Oh yes, well, on the 3rd day, the boy cried out that there was a wolf in the field. The wolf took some of my sheep and ate them and threw my boy up a tree.
My poor boy was stuck up there for hours.
I see.
And no one came out to help the boy out because, you see, the 2 days before...
That was really enough. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Shepherd.
All right, I suppose.
No further questions, Your Honor. Your witness?
Mr. Shepherd, I'll be brief. Why don't you tell us just what happened the first 2 days you mentioned?
Oh yes, on the 1st day, the boy cried out that there was a wolf in the field. And all of us from the village came out to check it out. And there was no wolf.
Absolutely no wolf.
And the boy did the same thing on the next day. So then on the 3rd day, nobody came out to check it out.
I see. So your boy isn't very reliable, is he?
Well, I just...
And no one but the boy actually saw my client steal the sheep or threaten him?
Well, no.
And if in fact a wolf did steal your sheep and threaten the boy, the only way we can know it was this particular wolf is by hearing what the boy has to say, isn't it?
I suppose so.
I suppose.
This testimony is essentially hearsay, Your Honor.
Yes, well, why are you still talking to them?
You're excused, Mr. and Mrs. Shepherd.
That's why I should be talking.
Does the counsel for the plaintiffs have any further witnesses to call?
No?
Mr. Doubleton.
Yes, well, the defense would like to call a surprise hostile witness then. The defense calls the boy who cried wolf.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be good.
Oh, never mind!
Come along, young men.
But I don't want to.
I'm afraid you have to, son.
We'll find them.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
I guess so. Sheep. Take the book.
Very well. Tell me something, young man. Did you ever, on any day, see a wolf in the field?
Yeah, of course I did, the third day, just like the old guy said.
All right. Why did you pretend on the other days?
Because I thought it'd be funny. It was. You should have seen all their stupid faces.
Are you certain that the wolf you saw was my client?
Yeah, I mean, they all look the same to me, those wolves.
I see. And I'm just wondering, why specifically did you cry wolf rather than something else on the days when there was no wolf?
Well, everyone knows wolves are bad, big and bad.
Oh, everyone knows wolves are just naturally bad, huh?
Yup.
But not little boys, huh?
What are you driving at, lady?
Are you aware that a prank emergency call is a crime, young man?
Huh? Yeah, sure. Someone's always trying to spoil my fun.
So you knew you were breaking the law when you cried wolf.
Heck yeah.
But wolves are naturally bad?
Listen, I don't need this from you, lady.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Miss Godmother, do you have any questions?
Look, can I go? I gotta flush some live fish down the toilet.
No.
Miss Godmother, do you have any other witnesses to call?
Yes.
The defense would like to call.
Okay, she.
The defense would like to call an expert witness to the stand. The renowned psychiatrist, Miss Muffet. She's the top wolf specialist in the field with years of hands-on experience in the deep, dark woods.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
I don't like swearing.
I'm afraid you have to, Miss Muffet.
Oh, all right, then yes, I swear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You may be seated, Miss Muffet.
No.
What?
I need a tuffet.
A what?
A tuffet, sir. She needs a tuffet.
Oh, a tuffet. Yes. Well, can someone go fetch a tuffet, please?
Knows what that is.
Oh, thank heavens. Neither do I.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. She's a bit neurotic, but she's the best psychiatrist around. If you have a tuffet anywhere...
What is taking so long?
Miss Muffet requires a,
Tuffet. I cannot sit without a tuffet.
Right, that. Like I always say, there's no such thing as good psychiatry without a sturdy tuffet. What the name of all that is good and decent is a tuffet?
I'm not sure. I think she's made it up. Why don't we just have her stand?
Very well. Miss Muffet, the state is unable to provide you with the said tuffet. Do you mind standing?
My legs are so tired. I need a tuffet.
Please?
Well,
Oh, this is ridiculous! Just sit already! Ah! There's a spider on my chair! A spider! Oh no, I need some birds away. I need them so badly.
A great thinker once said. Curtain way, your day's okay.
Yes. Of course, Your Honor. In any event, I apologize for the behavior of my witness. May I simply call my final witness?
Yes, of course.
The defense calls Mr. Big Bad Wolf.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, Hans Christian Andersen.
I do.
Very well.
Mr. Wolf, why don't you tell us just what you have to say on all of this?
Yes, I'd like to. I don't know where to begin. Well, I'm a wolf of few words, but here goes. When I was just a cub, I lived a pretty carefree life. I stayed in the cave mostly and played with my brothers and sisters. Mother brought us home some meat every night for dinner. One night, Mother brought home something different. Though, a human baby. We raised the baby as one of our own, and I loved my sister like she was a wolf herself. Then, one day, she returned to her people, and I never saw her again. I swore that day, though, that I would always protect and love the creatures of other species, and swore off the usual activities of wolfhood. I also became a vegan. One night, while I was looking in a field of sheep for some dandelions, a boy began to cry out, "Wolf, wolf, he's going to eat me! He's going to take the sheep, help!" I tried to tell him I was a good wolf, but the more I yelled, the angrier I became, because how could this boy suspect me of doing exactly which that I'd sworn never to do? In a blind rage, I took his sheep. I scared him half to death and ate those sheep later that night. I tried to pull my wits together, but every time I encountered a creature of another species, he or she would distrust me, run, scream, or something of the sort. Gradually, I didn't know how else to interact with the world. I turned to a life of crime. I did all the things I've been accused of. But I ask for once, if you show me some mercy, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to change. That's all, I guess.
Thank you, Mr. Wolf.
Ms. Godmother, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Very well.
Stop the trial! Stop the trial! Wait, stop the trial! As I was leaving, I saw the television, live broadcast, my brother.
What?
It's been so long, you don't recognize me?
Oh my God, sister?
What?
The courtroom is thrown into chaos here today as renowned psychiatrist Miss Muffet revealed her true identity as the adopted sister of the accused.
Miss Fairy Godmother delivered a brief closing statement in which she restated the facts brought up by her witnesses.
Miss Stepmother, for the defense, informed the jury that Mr. Wolf had not been born a criminal, yet made one, because society viewed him as such. And with that, as Mr. Wolf said, if the jury were to show some compassion,
The first Mr. Wolf had ever known, maybe his ways might have changed. Now we'll take you back to the courtroom, where the jury is about to deliver the verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like you to give us a verdict.
But they haven't even left the room.
We don't have time for that. Nobody likes jury duty. I know. I always wish them to get on with it. Those lawyers acting away, and those witnesses crying, and those judges, oh, don't even get me started.
You're not even going to send them out to deliberate.
We'll just let them clap. It's much easier, don't you think? Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm talking to you, audience. I'm going to need your help. But before I ask you for a decision, I have some words of wisdom to impart. Words that may help you along the way. Like a wise philosopher once said, juries are like submarine sandwiches. They are best made with mayo, not peppers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Listen, no matter what happens today, I just want to say this.
You know, Wolfie, I'm glad I got dragged into this case. I know where you're coming from. I need to talk to my stepdaughter.
When I raise my gavel, I'll like everyone who believes the defendant is guilty. That's guilty with a J.
With a G.
Ah, with a G. Anyone who believes the defendant, Mr. Bigby Wolf, is guilty, with a G, should applaud as loudly as you can. Very good. That's enough. Now, when I raise my gavel again, I like everyone who believes the defendant is innocent. That's innocent with, anyone who believes the defendant is innocent, I'd like you to applaud now. Thank you. Now, if you'll give me a moment to make some calculations. Aha! The jury has reached the verdict, and they find the defendant innocent on all counts.
You couldn't win a case if your life depended on it.
No boy.
Shut it, Gramps.
Fancy lawyer, you are. Oh, fiddlesticks! I'll never be able to get my jacuzzi tonight.
Looks like it's back to woodcutting for me. Maybe I can make a few extra bucks on our log rolling circuit.
Hey, innocent, we won! Yeah!
You're both idiots. Find your own way home.
Well, Wolfie, we did it.
Yeah, thanks a ton.
You bet.
Hey, do you maybe want to grab a steak?
What? You're not going to become vegan again?
Vegan. Now that I've acquired a taste for savory meat. Listen, lady, thanks again. I'll try to change it all, but right now, I really want a steak. Or some lamb chops.
I'll go with you, brother.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Listen, sis, it was good to see you and all, but I'm not really a touchy-feely kind of guy, and don't get me wrong, but you're way too high-strung. You need to chill out about the whole puppet thing. Ugh. Listen, I'll try to change it all. See you later.
I can't believe it.
Want some of my curds and whey?
Well, folks, that's it.
The trial of the Big Bad Wolf has officially come to a close.
It seems Mr. Wolf has gone off scot-free.
Your Honor, is there anything you'd like to say to the viewers out there?
Any final words of wisdom before we sign off?
My mother, who was a wise woman, always told me, when there's a wall, there's a window. And when there's a window, there's a glass. And when there's glass, a baseball might go through the glass. You have to pay a lot of money to fix it. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Wear the grams for EFN, saying may your ever afters always be happy.